Hi everybody, it's Briggs. So this is really just a video with regards to a sort of topic of Hogwarts training, energy training. Basically what I'm trying to say is we've reached a space in time across all dimensions and all space where we can no longer hide. All things are bubbling to the surface, and this is our Hogwarts training. This is our school. This is our playground. All of these imbalances that are coming to the forefront, all of these things that we perceive to be our reality or within our reality, specifically targeting towards illness, dis-ease, imbalance, mental health. These things are bubbling to the surface because this is our training ground. This is our schoolyard. This is our time to learn from what it is that is presenting itself in our space. So I urge those of you to really take a new and unique look at what is being presented within your space. There are many clients that have gone through a spiritual awakening or activation that are still dealing with incessant thoughts of suicide, deep depression, negative things that are just still within their space and particularly frustrating them because they say that they are spiritually activated people, which I know that they are. So why would these things still niggle? Why are these things still presenting themselves? Well, clearly from a karmic space or from an energetic space, there's still something to be learned. We are still in some way, shape or form separating ourselves from source, creating the suffering within, creating the suffering that is coming around us, and bringing that into our space. And no matter what our level of spiritual attainment at this point in time, none of us are immune to these states of negative space, negative feelings, depression, sadness, suicidal thoughts. None of us. But until we embody the light, until we embody this sense that we are source, that we are oneness, love, the flower of life, that we are forgiving, that we have empathy, that we have compassion, that our hearts are huge and filled with flow and love. Until this becomes a reality within our space, we will still continue to knock our heads. The other issue comes, and I have a lot of sympathy or let's call it empathy for people, is that many of us are still living quite a third dimensional experience within our job space, within our career space. And this is going to become particularly difficult for our youngsters out there, those of you that have just come out of school or graduated from university, those of you that have been activated into a higher DNA strand, those of you that are completely aware that our pre-programmed past is a structure that is not going to support you, that is not sustainable. Yet we're in this very precarious place within our lives where we need to show up for our parents, for those of us that have paid for our education, our careers, our futures, our magnificent, abundant futures. And so for you guys, it's becoming increasingly tough, because the old paradigm is no longer what you want to step into. Your spiritual self, your higher self knows this, and yet it is expected of you at this time. You're looking to step out of the household and to become one as an adult, and yet how do we do this? How do we step into our fifth dimensional selves? How do we step into the space of love? So my sort of coaching here, the karma coaching for this particular session, is really just to remember your beingness, who you are as a fifth dimensional sovereign being. I feel that we don't really need to exclude these third dimensional activities from our space, but if we are resonating at a certain frequency and being the teachers within our own classroom that is life, that could be your job, your career space, and learning through each and every situation, from the egoic plays that are acting out around you, from the constructs that are in front of you, from conversations, from relationships, from all that is presented to you in this classroom of life. Then you can truly activate into this fifth dimensional being in this classroom. And that's why I've sort of called this session the Hogwarts Expressway, I guess. The Hogwarts Expressway. And really it's just to look at those things that are knocking you down. Where are you not learning the lesson? Where can we step into our fifth dimensional selves, work through our chakra system, expressing where we need to, holding back, creating boundaries, saying no, saying yes, standing in our strength, having willpower, following our intuition, etc., etc. When we start to implement these in what you would describe as your third dimensional space, then we start to become masters of these lessons. And through this, we are in flow of life. We are in our life flow, learning what we need to do to step into a greater role, whatever that role may be, to step into a role that is more aligned to your sovereign self. So I really urge each of you out there not to look at your situation as a doom and gloom situation, but to really honor the space that you are in at this present moment, knowing that it has come to you through absolute free will, through a series of choices and decisions that you have made. And a lot of people struggle with this because they think life is happening unto them, without remembering that it is a decision that was made by you through your own free will. So again, using these as an opportunity to have a look at your decision making, to make changes, to tweak, to master your emotional state, your physical state, your mental state, and then of course moving into the spiritual state, and then creating change for yourself. Those of you that have been activated, that are really struggling within this space, you know, there are means and ways to create freedom and sustainability outside of the scope of our usual codex, I guess. So go and seek those. Prepare your bodies. Create the vibration out there. Send the message. Ping it out to the universe and create a clear message of what it is that you are searching for within this new part of your life. Send a clear message, a direct message, so the universe can assist you, because these platforms are out there. The world is huge, the world is vast. There are many places to play. There are many spaces that could be your playground and your classroom. So create it as you wish. Be wise, be bold, be brave, and do everything in love. Lots of love, guys. Bye.